Stay determined and let's keep moving. All right, so today we are going to use tape diagrams to represent the problem. Then we're going to write a statement to justify our answer. So let's get started. Sean's school raised $32,587. $32,587. Leslie's school raised $18,749. So when I go to draw my tape diagrams, well, I know that this school raised a little bit more than this school. So I'm going to draw my tape diagrams a little bit different than how we've been drawing them. This tape diagram is going to be bigger because this is a bigger number. This school raised more money than the other school. Okay? Well, my question is how much more money? So I got to think, what operation is going to give me the difference between these two numbers? And to find the difference, I know that I am going to subtract. All right, so now I'm going to subtract Sean's school minus Leslie's school, because I want to find the difference. How much more did this school raise than this school? All right, so I'm going to start subtracting. Well, 7 minus 9, I cannot do that, but I can unbundle, and 7 minus 9, can't do that, but I can do 17 minus 9, and that's going to give me 8. 7 minus 4, 3. 5 minus 7, well, I can't do that, so I'm going to have to unbundle. 15 minus 7 is 8. 1 minus 8, I can't do that, so I'm going to have to unbundle. 2 minus 1 is 1. All right. So this is the difference. Now I know that Sean's school raised $13,838 more dollars. So today's problem set, your tape diagrams are going to look slightly different. Let's move on to the next one. At a parade, 97,853 people sat in the bleachers and 388,547 people stood along the street. How many fewer people were in the bleachers than standing on the street? All right, so if you remember, tape diagrams are going to look a little different. So this is going to be my bigger tape diagram because this is a bigger number than the other number. Okay, so this would be street. And then this is a smaller number, so I'm going to draw my tape diagram a little bit smaller. This is going to be people who sat in the bleachers. Okay, so how am I going to find the difference? How many fewer people were in the bleachers than in the street at this parade? So I am looking for the difference because this one is a smaller number. How do I find the difference? Well, I gotta figure out what is my mathematical problem here. What am I doing? Well, I'm going to subtract to find the difference. And I'm rewriting my problem, double checking to make sure that I copied it down correctly. I don't want to accidentally make that mistake. All right, so then I'm going to subtract. Well, I can't do this, so I can unbundle. Let's see, 14 minus 5. Okay. 4 minus 8. I can't do that. I've got to unbundle. Let's see. 14 minus 8. So 8, use my strategy. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep, it's 6. 7 minus 7, that's 0. 8 minus 9. I can't do that, so I'm going to unbundle, turn that into an 18 when I move my 10 over. All right, and now I have my difference. So there were 290,694 fewer people in the bleachers than on the street. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the page. Problem set 17, still on problem set 17. All right, so let's take a look at how I would set up this pair. Ooh, it talks about hippos. It says a pair of hippos weighed 5,201 kilograms together. The family weighed 2,008 kilograms. How much more does the male weigh than the female? Oh, so one's a boy and one's a girl. All right, so together they weigh this, but I know for a fact that the female, that's the girl, the female hippo weighs 2,038 kilograms. Well, I know that the boy weighs that too, but I'm also thinking because this is a bigger number, so the boy or male, he's going to weigh a little bit more. And I'm going to put a question mark there. He's going to weigh a little bit more. But how much more? How will I find that? How am I going to find my missing number? So, this is how much she weighs. Well, how much more? How much more does he weigh? So I know that his extra pounds are somewhere in this number. So what can I do to figure that out? How am I going to find the difference between the total and what I know that the female weighs? What will I do to find the answer? All right, this one says a copper, not a Cooper, a copper wire was 240 meters long. After 60 meters was cut off, the length, it was double the length of a steel wire. Let's read that again. A copper wire was 240 meters long. After 60 meters was cut off, it was double the length of a steel wire. How much longer was the copper wire than the steel wire? All right, so this one's kind of tricky, so let's set up the tape diagram together. All right, a copper wire was 240 meters long. So I'm going to draw this picture, okay? So I know it was 240 meters long, okay? After 60 meters was cut off, so, ready? This is going to be the part that they cut off. So I know that 60 was cut off. Well, then it says it was double the length of the steel wire. So now, double. So that means I know, double. All right. So 60 was cut off. Well, what will be my number here? What will be my number here? All right, so I was thinking, let's see. So here is my copper wire. And it was this long. And then someone came up and cut 60 meters off. They cut it off. So now I'm just left with this part of my copper wire. Well, I know that it was 240 meters, but 60 got cut off. So I'm going to think about the math on that. So if I have 240 meters and 60 was cut off, well, that is subtraction. Okay, so I know that this much now, so I'm going to draw this line, this much is 180. And I know that because I cut off 60 in my math. I took 240 meters and I cut off 60 meters. And now I know that I'm going to end up with 180 meters. But it says it was double the length of the steel wire. Double the length. So, are you ready? Well, if something is double, to figure out the opposite, I'm actually going to divide. I'm going to cut it in half. Well, what would half of 18 be? So if I had 18 meters and I divided it by 2, I cut it in half. Well, I know that would be 9. But this is not 18, this is 180. So I know that this is going to be 90 and this is going to be 90. Okay? All right. So, let's see. How much longer was the copper wire than the steel wire at first? Okay, so we had 240 meters. We cut 60 off. Okay, so here's my copper. Here's my copper wire. Not Cooper, copper wire. Okay. And it says I'm actually looking for the length of a steel wire. So this was double the length of a steel wire. So, well, 180 meters. If I were to cut that in half, remember this is doubled. Doubled means 2 times. So if I was to cut that in half, my steel wire is just 90 meters. So if I was to write a sentence, it would say, the copper wire was 150 meters longer than the steel wire at first. Remember, it actually got cut. Okay, so you're thinking, Ms. Hammondtree, I don't see 150 anywhere. Well, are you ready? So if I know that the steel wire was 90 and I started off with 240 meters. So are you ready? 240 minus 90. Remember, it said it was double. So let's see, I've got to find the difference. I've got to unbundle. The copper wire was 150 meters long. Now I know that is super tricky, so if you're in the learner's pit, it's okay, but I do want you to try and finish problem set 17, problem 3, and go ahead and try that exit ticket